If you think my answer is going to be coffee, you'd be half right. I mean, I can't hate on the drink that got me through the corporate grind. But let's be real, there are some days where even coffee doesn't work. And those are the days that drive me absolutely crazy because I'm someone who always wants to go, go, go. And then one of those days, you know the kind of days I'm talking about. You struggle to wake up on time, the gym feels like a chore, you finish your first cup of coffee, and feel absolutely nothing. This is actually my second cup, and it's Vietnamese coffee, so you know that stuff hurts. And then the sweet treat feels like the only thing that might get you through the rest of the day. No motivation days, they're inevitable because realistically, you can't expect every day to be productive, high energy days, right? Here's the problem work is still work. And if you don't work towards your goals, they don't magically move forward. Man, wouldn't that be nice? Like I can just think of something and someone else will do the work for me and just get my goals to where they want to be. Oh, and I don't know how often this happens to you, but for me, it's easily once a week. And that's with the weekends off, which means I realistically have maybe 4 solid days to get things done. But even then, they're not full 8-hour work days, right? They're broken up, they're shorter. So my actual work time feels really valuable, which is why having a no motivation day feels like I'm wasting something I can't afford to lose. The real question becomes, what do you do on those days? Okay, let's start with the obvious one. And I already said it. It's coffee. It's something that will help you get you through the day. It's caffeine. It's when self motivation disappears, we look for something external, something to kickstart the system. And yes, coffee works. It does, but only to an extent. I feel like over time your body gets used to caffeine, right? And then it just doesn't hit the same anymore. Now coffee puts me into overdrive. So I actually save it as a last ditch effort, which leads to the real question, what do you do when motivation is low without relying on caffeine? Although no hate to the people that do rely on caffeine because that was me in corporate. I can't hate on that. I just know that it was personally just I knew it was bad for me. With that said, this is coffee in here. Let me take the second to show off my coffee mug for today. Look at how cute. Look at how cute this mug is. It's like the perfect handle size to like cup ratio. Oh my God. Anyways, right. So if not coffee, then what? Well, the first thing I go to, music. You know, there's a reason why people have gym playlists because the right song can completely change your energy. And for me, it's something upbeat, something that makes me feel like I can do anything. And I would share my playlist, but I feel like I would be judged immediately. I wouldn't say questionable taste in music, but well, we all have our likes, dislikes. Maybe I'll put some songs in. Maybe. But the point is, you don't need motivation first. You need to change your state. And music is one of the fastest way to do that. Honestly, when does music not make someone happy if it's like your jam? But I'm also the type of person that always has some music, something in the background that I enjoy, and it just helps me get through the day. A little bit of joy, right? If not coffee, if not music, well, the next thing is I stop looking at my to-do list. Yeah, because sometimes the list itself is the problem. You look at everything you need to do, and it feels like trying to dig through a mountain with a spoon. And that alone can kill your motivation to even start. So instead, I don't think. I just start something small. I know one task, one step, anything that gets me moving. Because once you start, it's way easier to keep going. And it's not surprising that this would help you get back your motivation, but it's exercise. Something happens to your mindset when you move your body, even just a little bit. It doesn't have to be the gym. It can be a walk. It can be moving around your house. It can be going to your pantry and getting an extra snack. For me, it's usually a mix of like the gym and trying to hit at least 10K steps at home. But I have noticed something. On the days I have zero motivation, I usually haven't exercised either that day or a few days. And I don't think that's a coincidence. There's probably studies on this. I feel like I read something, but and of course, with exercise comes food. I'm not saying go grab a snack every time you don't feel motivated, although sometimes a sweet treat does help sometimes. But your body runs on fuel. And if you're not eating well, not drinking enough water, it's going to show up as low energy. So Sometimes it's not a motivation problem, it's an energy problem. But do you know what my favorite motivation hack is? YouTube. Yeah, this platform. If you find the right corner of the algorithm, you'll find people who just make you want to get up and do something. For me, it's a mix of motivational content and watching creators who are just really good at what they do. There's something about seeing other people show up consistently that makes me want to do the same. It's like borrowing motivation until yours kicks in. But all of this really comes down to one thing, and that's getting yourself out of the slump. Because let's be honest, it sucks when the only thing stopping you from doing what you want to do is you. And yeah, a lot of this is just hyping yourself up. Honestly, that's not lame. Kind of fun. At the end of the day, if I can turn even one no motivation day into something productive, that's a win. Because we're all just trying to take steps, even small ones, towards whatever we're building. So now I'm curious, what do you do on those days when you're tired, unmotivated, and the couch sounds really, really good? Because I'm always looking for new ideas. Let me know. If you've gotten this far, thank you. If you want to see more videos on my post corporate life and just how it's kind of going, follow along, like and subscribe. Also, how do you like the new setup? I got a new mic. Um, it's kind of finicky and it is an actual like mic that wants to be up to my face. So I don't know if this will stay, but it is here for this video. Anyways, I'd also like to take the time to show you the snacks I have on my desk because I know this is so random, but I could tie this to motivation, right? This is what keeps me going here. Aside from my cup of coffee that I had, I picked up this delicious dark chocolate over at the market, and it's 90% dark chocolate with mint in it, and it's delicious. I don't know, as I get older, I just like dark chocolate more. And then these are by far my favorite chips. By far my favorite chips. They're like hot chili, kind of like little fries. They come in like the smallest bag. They are 220 calories per bag though, so I can't eat one in one sitting. Wait, I take that back. I can eat one in one sitting. I shouldn't eat one in one sitting. That's there. Those are my snacks. Aside from coffee, water, and everything else that's kind of on this side, I've just accumulated desk snacks like crazy. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Yeah. Bye.